We are back for part 2 of chat number 139, and it is titled Got a Carb Plan? Make One. And oh, Teg says she thinks it's a weak signal. I don't know. I have the fastest one that they'll give us with Comcast. But anyway, so this is part 2, and this is your extra credit. And this is chat number 139, titled Got a Carb Plan? Make One. Okay, the first thing I'm going to tell you is shocking news that I have to look up on my phone. So give me just a second. Okay, when I started doing my homework for your homework for the second part of this chat, I saw a commercial for the new, is it called Amazing? It's the new burger at Burger King. Hold on just a second. It's the new burger at Burger King that is plant-based. So first of all, I got excited, because it was a plant-based burger. Then I went to look it up. So let me look it up here for you. This is actually relevant to the second part of our chat. Okay, so Burger King. So has anybody had that? Has anybody had the new plant-based burger? And I think it is called Impossible. I said incredible. Okay, it's called the Impossible Whopper. Okay, so a regular Whopper. Oh, and in case y'all didn't know it, in case you didn't see my post earlier, you need a piece of paper and a pencil or some kind of a writing utensil, because this game is going to require you to either write things if you didn't print off what I posted probably only 45 minutes before the chat. Okay, a regular Whopper. So a regular Whopper sandwich is 21 smart points, 40 grams of fat, 49 carbohydrates. So 49 carbohydrates. Okay. 20 regular Whopper sandwich. 21 points, 49 carbohydrates. And because I was going to use this as an example, then the Impossible Whopper, which is a plant-based burger. Okay. 20 points. 20. So it's only 1 point less. And it's 58 grams of carbohydrates. 58. Hello, Connie. 58. So it's more. It's 58 grams of carbohydrates. So for everyone who's saying, I'm just eating vegetables because it's less carbohydrates, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying you need to look it up. Look it up before you decide. I was thinking about going and getting an Impossible Burger. No way. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, and Loretta says, wow, how could that be healthy? No, I don't see how. I do not see how. I don't see how. Yeah, but Carol says a lot of the carbs are in the bun. They have the same bun. It's the same bun. So, yeah, it's way more carbs. Okay, so I'm not going to fuss about the Burger King Incredible. Here's the list that you're going to make. So, I am going to... Oh, and Connie didn't really like it. And Robin says it is impossible. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here is the list that you're going to make. We are going to talk about a banana. So y'all need to be making your list right now. I'm going to go back through it, but it's going to be a banana, a medium apple, a small potato, 60 Lily's dark chocolate chips, and I'll explain what this is about in a second. Half of a cup of carrots, a half of a cup of quick oats. Not doing a great job of holding this up. A half of a cup of quick oats, a half of a cup of instant quinoa, a half of a cup of refried beans, and I probably should have put these in order. Good job, Betty. Wrote them down right before the chat. A half of a cup of pumpkin, just canned pumpkin, nothing else in it. 16 turkey pepperonis. Let's see. And there's Dusty. And a cup of sauerkraut. Okay. While y'all are panicking and writing all that down, let me say this. Before we start talking about any of this, we do have to talk about serving sizes for just a second. And I know that you all want to have a chat about serving sizes, but we really need to talk about serving sizes for just a second, okay, before we start talking about this. This is a I can't even say it, Live Spoons by LiveLiga. So these are measuring spoons. If you don't have something like this, I have all kinds of utensils here at the loft that measure, that serve food, but that also measure. And a lot of times, some of the little pretty cups that y'all have seen me use, I use those, A, because they're pretty, and B, because I already know how much is in them. They're like half a cup, a fourth of a cup, a third of a cup, something like that. And Loretta says, yes, please. So tonight is going to be a little tiny precursor to our serving size, to a serving size chat that we need to have. I'm just trying to find the right thing to pair it with. And the carb thing was so important to me that I wanted to talk about carbs. But get something like this, invest in it. I know this one's $49.99. They have less expensive, plastic ones. The reason this one is $49.99, it is stainless steel. They're really pretty. They have this little, I can't open this box because this is for sale in the shop, so I can't open it, but this has, it has this little wavy thing so that it will sit and it won't flip over, and you can hang it on the side of a pan or something. But the Live Spoons they have a 1 cup, a half a cup, a 3/4 of a cup, and an 1/8 of a cup. And so 2/8 of a cup is a 1/4 of a cup. That's why there's no 1/4 of a cup in there. But it does have 4 spoons. We have that one in the showroom, and that will be on the KC Kitchen Center website when Jessica releases it, and we're gonna have ours soon. But that's just kckitchencenter.com. The letter K, the letter C, kitchencenter.com. But we will have the Live Spoons. But try to find, even if you don't purchase, spoons like that, try to find some other things that will help you with your measuring, because we do need to talk about servings. So the reason I'm saying let's talk about servings tonight, this is a small apple, this is a medium apple. I did not buy one of the big honkin' apples like we did last time. Tonight we will be talking, because last time we talked about serving sizes in fruit. We had a small and we had a medium, and we had a huge one. So this is small, this is medium. Tonight we will be talking about a medium size apple, okay? Not the small apple tonight, the medium size apple. Then this is a medium sized banana. The small ones are about this long. The large ones are like this long, and they're ridiculous. I mean, they're like ridiculously long. And back in the day, a big banana, half of it was 1 point, so a whole banana used to be 2 points. So we'll be talking about a regularly sized banana. Potatoes. This is a small potato. And see how it kind of fits in the palm of my hand, and it's not like grossly sticking out. This is a large potato. A medium potato. This one's a small, this one's a medium. A large would be like the size you get at Wendy's, or not really the size that you get at like Cracker Barrel or something, or if you're from around here, Betty's Barbecue, they're like this big. So this is a small potato. So tonight we will be talking about a small potato. There's my tea. And then everything else is pretty much a serving. Like the quinoa, this is a cup. So that is 1 cup of quinoa. Carrots, a half of a cup is a serving. Fat-free refried beans, a half of a cup is a serving. Pumpkin, a half of a cup is a serving. The pepperonis, I think, are 16 are in a serving. Anyway, so the point is, please just pay attention to your serving sizes. So I know a lot of people that have been eating more and more and more and more and more now that some of these things are 0 points on Freestyle. But they're eating just because they're 0 points, or like eating more just because they're 0 points, not because they're hungry. So please pay attention to your serving sizes. Okay, so the fun game that we're going to play, let's go down our list again. And hopefully you all have written these down, because you're going to have to put these in order. Okay, so again, we have, I forgot something. Hold on. 2 slices, sorry, I had to put this out of the way while we were starting the chat because it was taking up too much room. 2 slices of Fit and Active whole wheat, the 35 calorie bread. So this is 35 calories a slice. Okay, so 2 slices of that. The next thing on the list is a banana. The next thing on the list is a medium size apple. Remember, we're talking about a medium size apple instead of a small apple. A medium size apple. The next thing on the list is a small potato. So it's the kind that fits in your hand. The next thing on the list is 60 Lily's dark chocolate chips. And the reason that I specifically chose Lily's dark chocolate chips, they are stevia sweetened, 55% cocoa, vegan, and non-GMO. The non-GMO has nothing to do with this, but they just are. So this is 60 of those. So they are sweetened with stevia. Then the next thing is a half of a cup of carrots. And these are just regular plain old carrots. These do not have any sugar on them. They don't have anything in them. It is carrots and water. The next thing is a half of a cup. Let's see. The next thing is a cup of, oops, I accidentally put a half of a cup on your list. So sorry. It is 1 cup. 1 cup of instant quinoa. And let's see, what is next here? 1 cup of instant quinoa, a half of a cup of refried beans, fat-free refried beans, a half of a cup of pumpkin. I almost forgot the half of a cup of quick cook oats. Quick cook oats. 16 turkey pepperonis, and 1 cup of sauerkraut. Okay, so I know that's a really long list, but I want y'all to put that in order of, like, what do you all think? So out of all that, out of 2 slices of Fit and Active 35 calorie bread, a banana, a medium apple, a small potato, 60 Lily's dark chocolate chips that are stevia sweetened, a half a cup of carrots, a half a cup of quick oats, 1 cup of white and red instant quinoa, a half of a cup of fat-free refried beans, a half a cup of pumpkin, 16 turkey pepperonis, and 1 cup of sauerkraut. What do you all think has the least number of carbohydrates out of that whole list? And I'll give you just a couple of seconds. So what do you all think has the least amount of carbohydrates? Least amount, like the lowest amount of carbohydrates. Are y'all still with me? Still with me? The potato, least amount? The least amount of like the lowest number of carbohydrates out of everything that I just said. Okay, Cheryl, oh, hi Cheryl. Cheryl says the pepperoni. Evie says the fat-free refried beans. Carol Lou says turkey pepperoni and then sauerkraut. Okay, Lynn says sauerkraut. So let me start putting these in order here. Heather says the dark chocolate chips. Okay, we've got a couple of votes for the pepperoni. Got a couple of votes for the sauerkraut. Uh-oh, the carrots are getting some votes. Got a couple of votes for, oh, the pepperoni is getting lots of votes. Okay, sauerkraut and then carrots. Sauerkraut's getting a lot. Okay, the beans were in there. Trish says the Lily's chocolate chips, so I will put these over here. Ooh, and Tanya's picking the bread. Tanya's picking the bread. She says she's picking the one that would be the most surprising. Okay, so I'm going to stick bread over here. Okay, sauerkraut's getting a lot. Sauerkraut's getting a lot. Pepperonis, turkey pepperonis are getting a lot. Oh, Loretta says it's pepperonis. Okay, so far nobody said pumpkin. Nobody's guessing pumpkin. Okay, so past those, what do you all think is the highest? So what do you think are the highest? Ooh, Lisa says banana. What do you all think are the things out here that are the highest in carbohydrates? So, okay, Loretta says carrots. So we're going to move the carrots over here. Okay, and then Mary and Lisa, are y'all saying that the apple and the banana are high in carbohydrates, or that are we all finishing up our low list? So what do y'all think are high? Okay, banana. Okay, Star is saying banana. Betty's saying banana. Mary's saying quinoa, so we're going to move this over here. Okay, and Carol says the carrots and then the apple or the banana. Cheryl says potato and bread. Man, y'all are picking on the banana. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're picking on the banana. And Teresa says the quick oats. Okay, the oatmeal. So y'all think the oatmeal's in the highest? And the potato. Okay, Sandra says potato. Jackie says oatmeal. Trish says potato. Cheryl says the apple and the banana. Oh, and Lisa's saying hi. Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to be sure. Okay, and Betty says, or the bread. Robin says the potato. Jackie says oatmeal. Okay, so everyone has chosen oatmeal as the highest, I think. So do we agree? Are we in agreement that the oatmeal is the highest? And this is just a game. I'm not saying you're right yet. Okay, so Sherry is saying the lowest is the pepperoni and the highest is the potato and the bread. Oatmeal and potato. Susie says oatmeal. Barbara says potato. Loretta says oatmeal. Loretta's been doing some homework. Although that's not what I've got. That's not what I got. Rosie says bread. I'm going to take a sneak peek. Okay. So this is Fit and Active. Fit and Active 100% whole wheat, whole grain bread, 35 calories. So, oh, and Carol says the fruit is higher than the oatmeal. Okay. So we're saying that the banana. Yep. Okay, Lisa says banana's high, pepperoni's low. Tag says banana's high. Gina says, tonight's my first night, but I am late. Yay! Wait, everybody stop. Everybody stop. And tell Gina hi. Hello, Gina. So we're playing a game right now, Gina, in case this just seems like chaos. So everybody tell Gina hi and fill her in on the game, because she's going to wonder why I'm just saying people's names and banana. Why I'm saying Patty, banana, Loretta, carrots, and banana. Lynn, sauerkraut lowest, banana highest. Yeah, so everybody tell her hello. Everybody tell Gina hello. We have a few more minutes to guess on this. Yep, everybody welcome her. Hello. Everybody say hello to Gina. We're so glad you're here. And late is okay. I've just been talking. Okay, so I'm going to try and move these into the 3 lowest and the 3 high. Oh, and it's Tanya's first time. Everybody tell Tanya hello too. So Tanya, does it just look like chaos? Everybody tell Tanya hi. See her name going by right here? Tanya, right there. So everybody tell Tanya hi. Hello. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, or if you're, yeah, and Rosie goes, hello Gina, our new egglet. Yeah, and Tanya too. So if you're watching this later on youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, you'll just have to say hi. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is based on what you all have said, I am going to rearrange these into the 3 lowest and the 3 highest, okay? So based on what you all said, I have got turkey pepperoni, sauerkraut, and then I don't know, which one do you want? For the lowest, which one do you all want? Do you want the beans, or do you want the Lily's chocolate chips that are made with stevia, that are stevia sweetened? So based on what you all have said, I've got turkey pepperoni and then sauerkraut. And then do you all want refried beans, or do you want the Lily's chocolate chip, dark chocolate chips that are stevia sweetened? Which one do you all want next? And thank you all for welcoming our new people. Yeah. So turkey pepperoni, sauerkraut, refried beans, or Lily's chocolate chips, because y'all are kind of tied on those. Carol says chocolate chips. Oh, Evie says beans. Teresa says pumpkin. She threw in a wild card. Pumpkin. Okay. Uh-oh. Margie says Lily's. Liz says chips. Cheryl says chips. Oh, Loretta says chips. Okay, I'm moving the chips in next. Okay, then what? Do you think pumpkin or the beans? Pumpkin or the fat-free refried beans? Which one's next? Yeah, I think the chips have just moved into 3rd place. So pumpkin or fat-free refried beans? Robin says chips. Margie says chips. Rosie says chips. Or Lily's. Nina says chips. Patty says chips. Chocolate chips. Liz says Lily's. So which one, pumpkin or refried beans? Y'all are on the chocolate chips. Teresa says chips. Loretta says chips. Susie says beans. Okay, so we have beans. We're still talking about chips. Patty says chips. Maria says chips. Yep, Loretta, you're right. Chips win. Yeah, so I put chips in 3rd. And Jackie says she's stumped. Okay, beans. Bernice says beans. Uh-oh. Teresa says pumpkin. Carol Lou says pumpkin. Lynn says pumpkin. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Take says pumpkin. Loretta says pumpkin. Okay, I think pumpkin wins. Okay, pumpkin's going to go next. Then the beans. Okay, then we're going to do the beans. Okay, and then what we have left is carrots. So where do y'all think the carrots go? Are the carrots, it seemed like the next on your all's list were the carrots and the bread. Those seem to be like kind of in the middle. The carrots and the bread, you know, we're kind of in that middle range, you know, once we got past the really, really low ones. And Jackie says, I feel like running into my kitchen because I have everything. And Loretta, yes, I think pumpkin wins. Okay, so now we have carrots. Oh, we only have 8 minutes. Carrots and, oh, and Liz did a little pumpkin. That's cute. The carrots are the light bread, and it's 2 slices of the light bread. They're 35 calories each. So 2 slices of the light bread or carrots. Uh-oh, okay. Robin says carrots. Barbara says carrots. Marianne says bread. Oh, Loretta says carrots are higher. Tag says bread is next. Rosie says carrots are next. I don't know, it's kind of neck and neck. Bernice says carrots and then bread. Sherry says carrots. Uh-oh, the carrots are pulling ahead. Cheryl says carrots before break and also before the pumpkin, or before the bread. Carol Lou says bread lower than carrots. Bread, uh-oh, carrots. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to put carrots next. I'm going to put carrots and then I'm going to put bread. Okay, and then do you think the rolled oats, these are quick oats, or quinoa? Which one is next? Because you all pretty much put the potato, the banana, and the apple all together. So we're just going to do the quinoa and the quick oats, and then I'll give you the results. Then I will give you the results. So quick oats or instant quinoa? You got just a couple more minutes. Oats or instant quinoa? Which one do you think? Oats, okay. Barbara says oats. Robin says quinoa. These are a little bit harder to shuffle around. Loretta says oats. Lynn says oats. Evie says quinoa. And Dusty's down here circling. He's like, what do you have, Mama? What have you got? Because he sees things. He sees things in my hands. Quinoa, quinoa. Uh-oh, Carol says quinoa. Tag says quinoa. Lisa says quinoa. I think quinoa's getting ready to win. Jackie says quinoa. Oh no, Loretta says oats. Did you vote twice, Loretta? Sherry says oats. Patty says oats. Uh-oh, we're back neck and neck. I mean, literally neck and neck. Maria says oats. Ooh. Oh, Susie's got nothing on this one. Okay. And Betty says, hi, Dusty. Oh, he stopped to look. He goes, what does she have? What does she have? Oh, and Loretta says Dusty says oats. Okay, so we're going to do oat. Cheryl says oats and then quinoa. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then you all had pretty much the fruit and the potatoes together. Okay, so going down our list, let me just tell you what we have. So the turkey pepperoni. Everybody said turkey pepperoni. Hi, Carla. Carla doesn't get to watch us live much. So everybody say, hey. The turkey pepperoni. There's 16 in a serving. It has 1 gram of carbohydrates and 1 smart point. So 1 gram of carbohydrates. Pretty good. Okay, so right now that is number 1. You all decided that the sauerkraut was number 2. The sauerkraut, for 1 cup of sauerkraut, it is 9 grams of carbohydrates and 0 smart points. Then you all said the Lily's chocolate chips. This is 60 Lily's chocolate chips. And again, they are stevia sweetened, 50% cocoa, vegan, and non-GMO. They are, for 60 chips. Hold on just a second. I closed my bag. Oh, I closed the bag over the top of it. Okay, for 60 of the chips, it is 9 carbohydrates. So this is right in line with the sauerkraut. Okay, good job on that. And it is 2 smart points, I believe. Okay, that's the chips. Then you all said the pumpkin was next. Okay, the pumpkin, for a half of a cup of just canned pumpkin, is 11 grams of carbohydrates and 0 smart points. So y'all were right on the money with that. For the refried beans, it is 22 grams of carbohydrates, but also 0 smart points. So that's 22. I'm going to set them over here a little bit. Then it came down to the carrots and the bread. a half of a cup of plain carrots. So that's a half a cup. A half a cup of plain carrots is 6 carbohydrates. 6. So it actually is going to go over here. It's going to go in second place so far. Then the 2 slices of the Fit and Active 100% whole wheat, whole grain bread. They're 35 calories each. 16 grams of carbohydrates and 2 Smart Points. So that's actually going to go before the refried beans. And Cheryl cheated because she's doing low carb. Okay, then let's see. You all said, okay, but we don't get to minus the fiber though, Loretta. Remember, we do not get to minus the fiber. We're just talking about carbohydrates because most people doing a low-no carb diet don't have any idea what you're talking about. They have no idea what you're talking about, okay? So remember, we're just saying just flat out carbohydrates. Just carbohydrates. We're not talking sugars. We're not talking anything else. Just carbohydrates, how many it has. This is just for informational purposes only. Okay, then the quick oats, and they're too heavy. I'm not picking them back up. But the quick oats, a half of a cup, are 27 grams of carbohydrates. So the beans are less than the oats. 1 cup of the quinoa, 34 carbohydrates, 34 and 4 Smart Points. So I'm gonna stick it over here at the end. And then the medium apple. The medium apple has 25 grams of, uh-oh, Tanya's froze. The medium apple has 25 grams of carbohydrates. 25. So it is less than the oats. A little more than the beans, but less than the oats. The potato has 29, so it is just a little bit over the oats, but it is still less than the quinoa. And the banana has 26.9, 27. It's a decent sized banana, so I'm going to say 27. Okay, so that means that it is refried beans, apple, banana, then the oats, then the potato, then the quinoa. Okay, so let me see if I can get all of these in the correct order because, believe it or not, I didn't write it down before we started. Silly me. Okay, so the actual correct order is, oh no, we have 1 minute because I have to explain everything. Okay, the actual correct order is 1 gram of carbohydrates for the cookie pepperonis, 6 for the pumpkin, for a serving, and remember we talked about servings, 6 for the pumpkin, then we have 9 for the chips, for the Lily's stevia sweetened chips, 9 for the sauerkraut, so those are together, 11 for, I'm sorry, the carrots, did I say carrots? I meant to say carrots. Carrots, 9 for the chips and for the sauerkraut, 11 for the pumpkin, 16 for the 2 slices of bread, 25 for the apple, 27 for the, I'm sorry, I'm getting out of order, 22 for the beans, 25 for the apple, 27 for the banana, 27 for the oats, these are quick oats, they're quick oats, they're not, you know, whatever, they're quick oats, 29 for the potato, for the small potato, and 34 for the quinoa. Okay, so that said, all carbs are not bad. So you all know apples are very good for you. 25 grams of carbohydrates compared to 9 for a thing of chips. Okay, this is totally different carbs. Totally different carbs. An apple is very good for you. It's very sweet. The chocolate chips are delicious. They are delicious. This 25, am I saying that right? This is 25 grams of carbohydrates is not worse for you than these stevia sweetened chips. Okay? Okay? So all food that started out as a plant is going to have carbohydrates. So, oh, hello, Sandra. Also, sauerkraut, 9 grams of carbohydrates. 9 grams of carbohydrates. A cup of this is the same amount of carbohydrates as this. The quinoa is extremely good for you. Extremely good for you. It's 34 grams of carbohydrates. 34. Super good for you. But you know what the carbohydrates do? If you eat good carbohydrates, they fill you up. They bulk you up. They do hashtag bulk it up. So having carbohydrates is not a bad thing. It's absolutely not a bad thing. So please do your research. Please check serving sizes before you get too excited about any of this. You know, check it out. I mean, everybody, almost 100% picked, excuse me, picked carrots as super high in carbs. These are only 6 carbs for a half of a cup. 6 carbs. You know, carrots. So I'm not a huge fan of a low no carb diet unless you're doing it for medical reasons. If you're doing it for testing, do it because your doctor said to test it. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, or you have some other health condition that you know you need to limit your sugar, let your doctor or your dietitian tell you. Does that mean that I'm telling you that you should not eat the Lily's chocolate chips? Absolutely, I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that. Just keep in mind, these 60 Lily's chocolate chips have 9 carbohydrates. This has 25. This has 2 points. This has 0 points. Same thing, you know, same thing with all of this. These beans, yeah, sure, they're 22 grams of carbohydrates, 0 smart points, 0 smart points, because they're good for you, they fill you up, and it's not a high abuse food. How many of these little cups of Lily's chocolate chips could I sit and just chuck back? You know, chuck back like shots. Yeah, a lot. Okay, I don't do shots. I would do chocolate chip shots. But, you know, but this is a higher abuse food. Okay, so my point is, don't try to cut out all carbs unless your doctor tells you. And anyway, and you can't cut out all carbs. So people that are doing a low, no carb diet, if they tell you they're cutting out all carbs, then they're eating all meat. They're just eating all meat. They're not eating any vegetables. All vegetables have carbs. Okay, so this was not a preaching moment. This was a teaching moment. So everybody just keep that in mind. Check out your carbs. Remember our homework. Oh yeah, one that says melt the chocolate and dip the apple in it. There you go. I'm actually thinking the pumpkin and the quick oats and these, and making one of those muffins like Popcorn Karen was making over in our closed group. But anyway, it is good. Yeah, and Tanya says it's food information. It's not just good information, it is food information. So, and Susie says, forever, I would always eat salads, never having a sandwich. Finally, she's eating sandwiches again, and it's great. Awesome. Okay. So, you all have an awesome and amazing week. Don't forget your homework. Check it out. Look for things. Please do not be micro-focused on carbohydrates. There are so many other things that we need to be looking at. You know, sugar, you know, is one of them. If you'll notice, the ones that have the higher sugars, sorry, East Tennessee, those have the higher points. So just check it out. Please don't be afraid of any food. Please do not be afraid of any food. So do your homework. Tag me in it. Y'all have an awesome week. We will talk next week. Maybe, depends on what the topic is this week, and I haven't looked yet. I have not peeked ahead and looked yet. Depends on what the topic is. We may get to talk some more about serving sizes, because I know that's really important, and it's really important to me too, because, you know, you got to keep it all in perspective. Let me see. Come here. And he thinks we have food. Dusty thinks we have food, but he's willing to come over and say goodnight. And I want y'all to see his haircut. Come here, buddy. Oh. And y'all notice every time I bend over and pick him up. But Dusty has a fresh haircut, and he wants to tell everybody goodnight. And he wants to tell you all to have a great week. And yes, Lynn says have a blessed week. You all have one too. Yes, Kathy, carbs are okay. They are okay. Yeah. Everything in moderation, Kathy. Everything in moderation. Yes, that is exactly what this week's topic is about. Carbs are not bad. Carbs are not bad. Okay, so go back and rewatch it. Watch it later on YouTube. Casey will have it posted on Tuesday. But everybody have a great week. Do not be afraid of your carbs. And let me know what you swapped out. I'll see you later. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Let's see. Watch the next one. Subscribe, or if you want a shirt, please place an order. So y'all have an awesome week, and I'll see you later. Good night.